Welcome back, everyone. It is time for What the Hollywood. And I never like to start my segments this way, but we've got to talk about some somber news, some very sad news, actually. Hollywood and the world lost an amazing talent way too soon last week. Former One Direction singer Liam Payne has died. He was only 31. He died last Wednesday while on vacation in Argentina. He is said to have fallen from his third-floor hotel balcony. That's still kind of up in the air, but for now, he fell to his death. And the singer was originally in South America with his girlfriend of 2 years to see his friend and bandmate Niall Horan's concert. That was earlier in the month. But again, last Wednesday, reports began to circulate that Liam Payne was seen acting erratic, slamming his laptop at the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel hours prior to his death. His girlfriend had left Argentina just 2 days before all this happened, so he was basically at the hotel solo. Again, reports are still coming out of who was around him at the time, but for the most part, he was by himself. And the toxicology report came back that showed a plethora of substances found in his system at the time of his tragic passing. And if you're a Liam Payne fan, you know that he was very open about his substance abuse and alcohol addiction in years past. He even spent 100 days in a rehab facility in the very recent past. So since his passing, the official account for One Direction issued a statement on his death. I'm going to paraphrase it, but here is some of what it read. We are completely devastated by the news of Liam's passing. The memories we shared with him will be treasured forever. We love you, Liam, Louis, Zayn, Niall, and Harry. So again, One Direction has not been a group in quite some time. They went on an extended hiatus, so for them to come together and issue this statement was very profound. And of course, each one of his former bandmates issued personal messages to their respective Instagram accounts with fun, nostalgic photos. Here's all of them. So in the wake of his death, Zayn Malik has actually postponed the U.S. leg of his tour. Many other celebrities, including Simon Cowell, Shawn Mendes, Charlie Puth, Harry Styles' mom even, they all issued statements and sent their condolences amid this really just tragic time. He was loved by so many. It's a massive loss, for One Direction and Hollywood and the music industry. So rest in peace, Liam Payne. And there's no easy way to kind of get out of this, so we're just gonna kind of talk about maybe a rebirth of sorts. Britney Spears, you guys, a name I haven't talked about in quite some time. She is remarried. Yes, you heard that correctly. She is remarried. The singer has declared on social media that she is remarried following her divorce from Sam Asghari. Now, in case you haven't been keeping up with Miss Spears, you really haven't missed much other than her dancing in the entryway of her home several times a day. She's been doing it for years now, so that's kind of old news. But at any rate, she was married to Sam Asghari, whom she met on the set of her music video for Slumber Party. They got married June 2022, star-studded guest list. It was all over social media. However, a year into their marriage, they decided, yeah, this isn't working out, and then they finalized their divorce this past May. Well, despite her vows of for better or for worse, and swearing off dating men following her split from her post-divorce boyfriend, Britney is married once again to none other than herself. So taking to Instagram over the weekend, the pop idol danced around her front entryway, as I said she does, in a white satin dress. Maybe it's a nightgown, hard to know. She had a veil in her hair. She captioned the video, quote, "The day I married myself," bringing it back because it might seem embarrassing or stupid, but I think it's the most brilliant thing I've ever done. And honestly, you guys, this may not be a bad idea. People have done crazier things. Anyone heard of the woman that married a 300-year-old ghost and then divorced it? So all in all, I'd say Britney's doing great. Marry yourself. Count on yourself. Bet on yourself, Britney, you know? Okay, final story. Has caused quite a stir on the internet, but also with our very own Jeremy Rabe. I'm going to bring him in just a little bit, but the motion picture version of Wicked is coming out in just a few weeks, and Cynthia Erivo is throwing a wicked tantrum ahead of the release of part 1 of the Broadway musical turned movie. So here is the Broadway poster, and this is kind of why she's getting upset with fans. Fans are retaliating. Again, iconic Broadway poster sees Glinda whispering into the ear of Elphaba, and the image was recreated by the two stars for the upcoming film to promote it. So there's the Broadway poster. The next one you're going to see is the live action poster with Erivo and Ariana Grande. You see here, recreated poster frames the two characters differently to ensure both of their faces are seen. Marketing team thought it was great to, see both of their faces and everything, but of course fans will do what they do. they created a fan edit of the poster to mimic the Broadway poster. So here is that one. So you can see her. Erivo's eyes are covered. Ariana's hand is up further. Lips are red. Well, Cynthia Erivo was very not amused. She was very mad about this. And basically, she issued a statement, and I'm paraphrasing again. "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I've seen. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me." And basically, fans online were very confused by this. They were like, chill out, relax, it's just a fan edit. Jeremy Rabe, I'm going to bring you in because you've been talking about this since last week.
Calm down, everyone. It's just a fan edit. There is so much fan fiction. There's fans just do things because they're fans. I'm a fan.
And it's not the first fan edit of any movie. People make fan edit of trailers.
By the way, before this movie came out, before even the images of them, people made fan edits of what they thought they would even look like.
Exactly.
Before the posters even came out. All the fan was doing is trying to recreate the Broadway poster with these actresses. Good point that was made this week was, we all know who's in the movie.
Yes.
We know your face, we know your face.
Yes.
You're gonna be linked iconically through history of cinema with these two films.
Yes.
We know who you are. It's a fan edit. Let's all take a breath.
Yes.
It was not meant to be anything more than that.
Not to invalidate her feelings, but here I go. Yes, again, it was a fan edit. People do it all the time. It is social media. Things circulate. It's not like this is gonna be the end-all, be-all.
It's
like,
not even being released.
Exactly. Just, it was online. So I agree with the fans being like, just relax, take a step back. It's not that serious.
I'd say the fans would have loved it. Had they come out with a version like this, the fans would have gone crazy bonkers.
Yeah.
And again, I already have my pre-sold
Either
tickets
way,
at Alamo
the
Draft
hype
House.
around Wicked Part 1 is insurmountable. Like,
Just saying.
people are very excited. It's gonna be a box office hit, maybe?
I would think so.
All right.